Good morning. Welcome to Relief, your 21-day meditation journey. This is day 3, and today we are going to be returning to our space of relief, but also bringing the self into this space of relief. We're going to be bringing those aspects of yourself that may be not at peace, maybe at war within, about different topics of your life. And we're going to bring relief around these places. So if you are ready, I want you to begin by settling in, taking a deep breath. Get your cats and pets and whoever else always wants to join you when you visit this space. They always seem to be around when it's time to go to God, when it's time to go to relief, and I don't blame them at all. So let's start the way we normally start, just by checking into where we are as we've slept. Hopefully you slept through the night. Noticing how you feel in your body. Notice if you're already holding any tension. And if you are squeezing this meditation in on the drive to work, that's okay. Sitting in a quiet place by yourself is always preferred, but we live in reality. And sometimes our lives don't quite work that way yet. I have done many a meditation, listened to many spiritual teachings while multitasking, working, driving down the road. I just ask that you keep your eyes open and focused. But driving in and of itself helps you separate out from the conscious mind. You kind of go into autopilot. Just be careful. If you have the luxury, as I do, of sitting quietly in your home, do that. Just begin to notice your body, your physical body, your emotional body. Are you feeling any emotions today? Are you in a space of calm? Whatever you're feeling, just begin to breathe and let those release. Breathe those out. Imagining that maybe there's a meter like you would see on your car, the gas, or the fuel gauge. And maybe you're feeling an emotion at a full tank. As you breathe, begin to let that emotion out, releasing it slowly, like you would pressure off of a pressure cooker, opening that cap and just letting off a little steam at a time with every breath. Whatever you're feeling, pressure, worry, stress, anger, frustration, confusion, whatever, begin to let that out slowly with every breath, with every exhale. And see that needle on that gauge go all the way down to empty. And yes, I do use a lot of car analogies. I don't know why. Whatever works. And when you have that needle all the way down to empty, you should start to notice relaxation in your body. As your shoulders go down, it's amazing just how much that emotional body affects the physical body and holds tension. When you are in resistance in your inner world, your body will tell you. When there is an inner conflict in the mental plane, those mental aspects of yourself are at war. Your body will tell you. Your body is always at the mercy of whatever's going on in your inner world. From weight gain to physical illness, lack of sleep, your body will always tell you. And when you begin to find that peace within, that balance within, your body begins to also become healthier. Less stress. When I say mental aspects, I want you to visualize all of the yous from before you were born to age 20. So inside of you, in your mental plane, your mental aspects of you, there is a you at age 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 20. And each of these aspects hold memories, beliefs, misunderstandings, lies, pain, and depending on how seen, heard, wanted, and safe these aspects were caused to feel from their upbringing, is an indicator of how loved each of these aspects feel. And even if one of those were missing, that aspect may not be in relief. And if any aspect of us, of our mind, is not in relief about something, is unsatisfied, feeling it's still waiting on an apology, it's still waiting on a hug, it's still waiting on validation, it's still waiting on praise, it's still waiting on something that it needed at that age that it did not receive, it will cause a disturbance. It is not at peace. So right now in your mind, today we're kind of working in day 3 on what we call the solar plexus. And that's all about these little aspects of you and making peace within. These aspects are what create the war inside, the conflict inside, the resistance inside, that then begins to manifest in your physical reality. Then you also have conflicts and resistance on the outside of you. What we clear up on the inside clears up on the outside. Let's begin our journey back to relief, finding that space. What is your anchor point to relief? What is it that you focus on that takes you there? For me, I have several things. One is just to think the word relief and allow relief to build in my body. Just feel it. Sometimes I say, ah. Sometimes I remind myself to sink down into my body. And I will tell myself, sink deeper. Now sink deeper. Going deeper within myself. I talk to myself just as I'm talking to you to get myself there. Sometimes I focus on the visualization of seeing a tiny crack in a door where you can see where the two doors meet and there's a line in the middle. Why this works for me, I don't know, but it does. But I visualize focusing intently in that middle space, on that midline. And I begin to sink into that space of silence. Keep returning here. We will help you find what that is for you. Maybe it's just sitting here in these meditations, listening to my voice. And once you've reached this space, you start to feel, if you don't know yet, you kind of start to feel like, nothing even matters. I don't even care about that anymore. I was so worked up about that and so concerned before, and now I don't even care. I'm so relaxed about that. I'm so separated from what my mind is saying. I'm so at ease. I've completely untangled. If you have a super strong mind, one thing that helped me in the beginning was to visualize my mind and me as a separate thing. And I could see my mind, you can give it a name. In one of our courses, we call it DJ. I could see it talking to me, just talking, all worried, all upset, whatever it was doing, talking. And I would visualize myself drop dead in front of it on the ground. And I would feel how that felt. As it still stood there talking, I could still hear it. But I was unconcerned. What did that have to do with me now? I'm dead. I'm lying here, lifeless, on the ground, in front of this mind, talking to me. Get up, you've got to do something. And I just laid there. In the South, we call that playing possum. When you play dead. So play dead. And that will help you detach from a very forceful mind. Seeing yourself there, so unconcerned, unresponsive. That is the key. being unresponsive, unengaging. You're not engaging with what the mind is saying. Even though you can still hear it talking, you are unengaged. It's cat time this morning. Oh my goodness. Now, I would like you to, maybe you're a little bit in that space, maybe you're deeply in that space, whatever that is for you. I would like you to think about those mental aspects of you from 0 to 20. And there's one that really is disturbed, not at peace, not in relief, and causes a lot of trouble for everyone else. It's usually really loud in that car you're driving around. Don't think too hard. Just ask that age to step forward. See them all lined up against a wall and see one step forward that's really holding a lot of emotional charge, stored emotions from the past. It's very uncomfortable, not settled, not in relief, and causes a disturbance. Causes all kinds of behaviors that are harmful. Now ask that age of you, what does it need to hear, to feel? What does it want? And it may not know at first. It may give you some surface answer, and that's okay. Let it talk. Let it know that you see it, hear it, you want it, and it is safe. Sometimes that one of those aspects only wants to hear, you know what, you're right, and I'm sorry. You are here now as the caretaker of this mind. You are here to give it what others around it couldn't give it in the past. I'm going to allow you a minute of silence to have a conversation and to just listen. Don't argue with it. I want you to actually agree with it, no matter if you think it's wrong. Doesn't matter, it needs to know it is heard. So I'm going to give you a minute of silence here. Very good. Let that aspect of you know that you will be back and that you will be working with it to help all the aspects of the self come into this space of relief, to feel this relief, to bring to them this peace that you are able to sit in. And we do this because it changes behaviors. These aspects of you control your actions and behaviors. It's why we have an idea we want to do something, but we can't follow through or we're sabotaged because these aspects don't agree with that plan. They're not on board with that plan. They're working against that. They still have a problem. And until it's addressed, they will sabotage you. So we're wanting to bring them into this space of healing so that you can move forward. And no matter what it is that you're wanting to do, whether it's, change your body, return your body to health, eat only for hunger reasons, have successful business, step into abundance, have a successful relationship, whatever that is, these aspects must not fight against you. And these meditations are one of the most powerful ways, or any meditating in and of itself, not just mine, but meditating is a very powerful way to bring in relief. So taking a deep breath here, we're going to ask one card for the solar plexus. This actually also had a big impact on the heart chakra. And the card that I'm just allowing it to pop into my mind is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords talks about feeling cheated or betrayed, or someone sneaking away with something, not being honest, not being upfront. So there may be an aspect of you on the inside that suffered from someone being sneaky and not being honest or not being truthful. It could be not being honest with self, not looking at a hard truth. I will leave you with that to contemplate on today. And please return for the midday check-in for day 3. Have a great day.